On September 17th, Catholics embarked on a 5-mile walking pilgrimage from Arlington, Virginia to Washington, D.C., honoring the church's rich liturgical patrimony, which is now threatened by the very men tasked with preserving and promulgating it.
When the restrictions were announced for the Diocese of Arlington, they were much harsher than anyone had anticipated. This is the Mass that has sustained the Church for thousands of years. This is really sacrilegious to divide the communities like this, split up parishes, and also with reference to the restrictions by the Archdiocese of DC, which had come down the week before, which had been even more severe, restricting the Mass, the traditional Latin Mass, to 3 different locations. I thought now is the time to do something to just show how sorrowful we are over these restrictions, and also how grateful we are for the TLM, for the traditional Latin Mass. Everyone who attends a TLM can't be helped but to be drawn into it, and to be drawn into a deeper love for Catholicism and a deeper communion with the Catholic Church and with Christ. The generosity that had previously been shown by the bishops in both Arlington and DC was really tremendous, and did allow so many of us to experience the traditional Latin Mass. This is something that's growing very, very quickly. This is just about being Catholic, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be. To have Marian banners, to have processional crosses, to have a beautiful Marian procession, I think is a great way to show what the TLM movement for the TLM in the Church is really about. It's not about ideology. It's not about trying to be controversial. It's not about being against the popes or the bishops, quite the opposite. It's about being in communion with the Pope and with the bishops. The ultimate legacy of Traditionis is that we were forced to kind of pull together as a community. You see it in terms of renovating the spaces that we've been provided for the TLM. We were given, about a month, or maybe a month and a half, in order to put these spaces together. And they're just beautiful, and it's almost miraculous to see a school gym transformed into a beautiful space for Mass. And that, Traditionis forced us to do that. It's forced us to, grow closer to our priests. With the social media and the media and all of these other things, it's really designed in a lot of ways to kind of break people down and fill them with messages of despair and hopelessness. And I think that what we need to do is just realize that, there have been worse persecutions in the history of Catholicism. We have to just think about the reasons why we go to the TLM in the first place. We're almost just like children being drawn to something that's so grand and mysterious and so much bigger than any one of us. We are praying for the Pope and for Bishop Burbidge and for Cardinal Gregory. We want to be able to walk with you all back towards what we had under Summorum Pontificum, an era when we had peaceful coexistence and mutual strengthening and reinforcement between the two forms. And so we'll continue to work very hard during this interim period to be able to get back to a place where we can have the TLM again.